Political convention. I was there because I was being paid to be there. Why else would you go to a political convention? Now, this was in 1972 in Miami, and they had the Democratic National Convention there, and they hired me, Ray Price, George Jones, and Tammy Wynette to go down there and go over in Flamingo Park and pick to keep the hippies from tearing up the convention the way they had 4 years earlier in Chicago. And it worked. All those kids got a joint and a can of beer and came over and listened to us speak, you know. And the convention, one of the most quietest conventions they'd ever had. They nominated McGovern at 3 o'clock in the morning. How quiet can it get? So I was there, and after the show, I went back to the hotel, and there was nobody at the hotel because everybody was over at that convention. And I was went in the lobby of the hotel, and there's a little bar there, and there's nobody in there. There's an old black gentleman and a bartender. And I'll never forget, the bartender was standing there, and I'd seen this a million times, and I wish I'd asked him, what the hell is going on here? Because he was standing watching a TV show, Ironsides, and he was polishing a glass. You know, polish the glass. And I'm worried about that a lot. I just one glass, polish the wall, you know. So I ordered me a drink, and this is the rest of it. When I got on an airplane the next morning on the way to Nashville, and I was looking through my pockets for something, and I found this note. It said, watermelon wine. And so I looked for something to write on, didn't have anything. So I took a sick bag out of the front seat of the airplane and wrote this song. You know.
I hope that sick bag is in the Country Music Hall.
No, that sick bag is still on that plane. Yeah. No, I put it in my pocket and I took it down and I sang it for Jerry Kennedy, and he said, I got off the plane and went to a session. And Kennedy said, can you read that? And I said, yeah, I wrote it. You know, he said, well, let's put it down. So, and this is one of my very fortunate encounters out there. How old do you think I am, he said. I said, well, I didn't know. He said, you know, I turned 65 about 11 months ago. And I was sitting in Miami pouring brand of whiskey down when this old gray black dog was cleaning up the land. Well, there wasn't anyone around except this old man and me. Guy who ran the bar was watching Ironside on TV. And uninvited, he sat down and he opened up his mind on old dogs and children and watermelon wine. Ever had a drink of watermelon wine? Yes. Told me all about it, though I didn't answer back. He said, ain't but 3 things in this world worth the solitary dime, except old dogs and children and watermelon wine. You know, women think about themselves. Well, when men's walking around, and friends are hard to find when they discover that you're down. He said, son, I tried it all when I was young, and in my natural prime, now it's old dogs and children and watermelon wine. He said, you know, old dogs, now they care about you, even when you make mistakes. God bless little children while they're still too young to hate. And when he moved away, found my pen and I copied down that line about old dogs and children and watermelon wine. Well, I had to catch plane up to Atlanta that next day. As I left for my room, I saw him picking up my change. And that night I dreamed in peaceful sleep of shady summertime, of old dogs and children and watermelon